Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn about div and span. So my name is Faith. Thank you for always watching my tutorials. Please do well to subscribe and like this video. That will encourage me to keep creating helpful content like this. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's create a file. What do we call this? Div span.html. Okay. Alright, so called div and span. So should we use comment or should we use let's say div? Nope. So div in HTML, they are actually block level elements. So this is a more like a block level element and inline element. Let's just put that here. So let's say, oh sorry, div is, this will be div is a block level element. That is because it takes its own line. It's when using it, if you have a div, it will have wrapped around an element. It causes that element to automatically takes a new line. So we have different elements that acts as a div, that acts as block level element, not just a div. So div is just a container that holds different elements and make them act as a block level element. So for instance, paragraph is a block level element. We have lots of elements that are block level. We also have our H1 to H6. They are all block level elements. There's a tag called header, not heading, header. Okay, that's also block level element. Aside, article, address, the footer, even our form. There is nav, main, different tags like that. They are all block level elements. So we also have the inline elements. Span is a container that holds inline elements. So it just used to mark out a particular section of a text that you want to, or any other element, maybe a text, a anything that you want to style differently, you wrap it around a span. So span is an inline element. Is mostly used for text when you want to style a particular um, area of a text. So it's used to mark mark out areas where you want to give a different kind of style. That's what you use span for. All right, so let's get back to block level elements. Let's assume we have um, an image, for instance. Okay, you know images are inline elements. Links are inline elements. Let's say we have this image here, mountain.jpg, and we have, let's give it a width of 250 px. Let's duplicate this and let's see what it will give us. Ctrl S to save. Let's go live. Now you see how they are aligned because they are inline elements, so they stay side by side each other. You get? So now to make this a block level element, all you have to do is wrap it around a div. So let's say we have a div here. Let's bring this image up here, and you will notice that this particular image will go separate from the others. You see? So the others has hit the others down, because this first image now is now taking its own line, and it forces the other images to go down. So this is what a div does. This is what a block level elements are. They take a new line. They stand on their own. Then the ones that stay side by side, they are the inline elements. So we are seeing how to use a div here. Let's now see how to use span. So remember, we say span is used to map out a particular area where you want to a part of, especially text, a part of a text where you want to style differently. So let's have another paragraph here, and let's do our dummy text, Lorem ipsum, okay, or Z to wrap this. Now this is how you use a span. Let's say we want to make this part, this very first part, italic. Okay, so we are going to say span. We're going to cut this part out, cut, and put it inside, in between the span. You're going to notice that there will be no change in this document. Like it will just be all the way it is, like this. You see any changes? Nothing changed because it's inline element. But if this span were to be a p tag, I change that to a p tag, you see it will break and automatically creates a new line. So please don't create a p tag inside the p tag. That will be wrong. Okay, let's go back to a span. So now when we say we want to style this differently, we can now come here and give it an attribute. Give it an attribute of let's say a style attribute, because I said we are going to make it italic. So we're going to call this font style, and we're going to give it italic. Okay, you should also know there is a tag, an inline tag, that we can automatically use to format this as italic, but because I'm using span, so I'm using this style. So I've given it, using the style attribute inside the span, I'm able to change, you see, I'm able to style this part of this paragraph separately while it's still together with the other parts. So that's how you use a span. Use it to map out or mark out a particular area you want to style differently in a text. So we can do this someplace else. We also have some inline elements that is not span. This is inline for now. Okay, so we can use the B tag, B representing bold, or we can, okay, they actually do the same thing. Let's just say B tag, put this in here. This is an inline element. You will see nothing will change. They will still be together, but this particular area will change to bold. It will become strong. So let's view that. You see, it's now bold. It's now bold. So HTML5 will use strong, the strong attributes rather than bold. They do the same thing. Then for italics, you can see it will use something called the EM, the emphasis, to form or to create an italic. All these are just HTML formattings. You see, these are how to make the italics. So that's what these are. All these tags we use down here, they are all inline elements. Then your span is specially to style differently. You can do different style. Now we did font style. We can even add a color to it. We can add a color to it. We can close this one here using the semicolon to terminate, knowing that we are done with font style. We want to add another style here. We can say color, and we can give this blue. Okay, so the save, and you can see it has changed to blue. So this is how you can style portions of your text separately using the span tag. So that is all for span. Remember, div are block level element. You use them to break. Instead of using the b arrow tag, the break tag, you use what? Div. Then in here, instead of using going all the way to see to style, you going all the way to style your part of your paragraph, part of your text, you use the span to style part of your text separately, differently. All right, so thank you for watching. Please do well to like the video. I hope I did not confuse you with this last part. Sorry about the noise. All right, so please subscribe to the channel, like this video. See you again in our next video. Bye.